This is a video of our TRANE XR13. It's not putting out any cold air. It is humming, but the fan is not spinning. The noise is probably the compressor inside, which is working. Chances are it's a capacitor to the fan motor. Every motor has a capacitor that goes with it, which is likely in here. I'm going to open that up and see if I can find it and get a part number on that unit. Anyway, I want to make sure that you guys disconnect the power to the unit before you really do any electrical work. Okay, so don't get yourselves electrocuted. Alright, that's the only way electricity gets to it. So pull that out. Also be careful of this capacitor. It stores electrical power. If I were to touch those connections right now, I'd probably get electrocuted with a quick high voltage zap. So make sure you ground that out before you touch it. Anyway, the other thing we're going to do is replace this contactor right here. This is the main switch for the motor, and there's some burnt out looking contactors in here and here. This is a relay that is very inexpensive to replace, probably only about 20 bucks, and a Phillips head or one of these screwdrivers, 5/16 socket again, we can probably take all these out. So while we're in here, we're going to replace that as well, and that with a new motor and capacitor will hopefully get this thing back up to speed and get another few years out of it. Anyway, took this entire thing apart with a 5/8 or 5/16 size wrench here, or screwdriver. I don't know what the hell you call this thing. Anyway, and they also needed the 1/4 inch socket to undo the fan motor from the housing here. And this is a simple square screw that holds the fan blades to the shaft. So that's all it took, was these two things to take this entire thing apart, and the motor's wires just unclipped from the capacitor, which is right. Okay, well folks, it was the fan motor and capacitor. Either way, we're going to replace both the fan motor and the capacitor on our TRANE XR13. This unit was manufactured in 2006. It's 2011, so it's a 5-year-old unit, and yeah, it runs like a train, but it only ran 5 years before the motor needed to be replaced. Other than that, it's a pretty good unit. It's pretty efficient. Anyway, to get inside it, like I said before, you got these two panels on the side. There's a lower panel, upper panel. Anyway, I used these sockets. It's a 5/16 socket to take this whole thing apart. Anyway, my goal is to help others, to help themselves, to save a little money on their repairs. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and if you really like it, subscribe.